basically. I just figured I'd stream. What's up? Is my voice here? Where am I? There I am. Okay, that seems to be good. Maybe I should turn that higher. I probably should just have it like way up. Boom. Okay. Uh, cool. Okay, hopefully that's not obnoxious. I feel like I really did Gaza a disservice in my last video. Having fucking music too loud at all, really. Oh, this is silly things to be playing music with. Okay. Did some shrooms today. Quite eye-opening. Hey, everyone. But now I'm back in my forgetful state. Wow. So many patterns in here, like going this way, like through. Cool, I like that sound. Let's see how. It's very porous. It's immediately. Totally see like a center here. Structure. Circular structure. Energies. Down this way in layers. Whoa. I guess that's. Hopefully I'm streaming to the things that I meant to stream to. Okay. At least YouTube. The last few I didn't get on Rumble. I don't know. I just thought I could just stream it, but I guess I just needed to make, you know, Rumble's a little trickier. I can still download it, upload it, but I feel like it's even got like a circle on that scale. Like a center here. I'm just hanging out. Strange. Talking to myself. Just documenting stuff. Oops. This is another one of these. Maybe I should check out the striations a bit more. It'd probably be good to just kind of hold it up. Lots of striations. A cool little ammonite on the boundary somewhere. But then the bottom, lots of striations. Not exactly, like they're going across here, but then they go down. I'm a finger model. Da, da, da. Wow, he bites his fingernails. Yeah. Oh. Shit. It's easy. What do you want from me? Okay. I can't like get the thing to like. It just happens sometimes. Okay. It was easy actually, not anymore. It seems my teeth are moving. I'm like, that's probably not helping. That's unnecessary pressure on my teeth. My front teeth particularly. Anyway. There's that ammonite. Let's see, what do we see? Lots of surface roughness. So this is... I should probably go out. The big ammonite. And then over this way. There it is. Big ammonite. Chakra of each. Of a second ammonite. But then over here is like behind it. Like back here. Here's the imprint, and then behind it, in like a chunk that's almost like missing. It's kind of a rough surface compared to the surroundings. Very porous looking. So probably was a lot of current just passing through it. In this area, eroding it more than other places. Still structuredly though, maybe like having the striations look like they continue through. Across here, I see a bunch of them going up and down all the way, which gives credence to that the striations are more layer-like, deeper than the surface. Don't know what to conclude from that kind of potential, but these are not fossils, but are etched by currents entirely. Etched by currents of the global flood. Shaped by currents. That's why these are here. These non-sea creature features that are related to the other features commonly wrap around the stone and do things like that. They have boundaries. Lots of like subtle boundaries in there. Looking very much like a rock wall. But then it goes around the ammonite and bends. So this one here is bending and then bends over. And then as we go, it keeps bending. Lots of complexities, but I do see it bending here. And then flowing along this way at the margin of the ammonite, where it just overwhelms like this stuff over here. We don't see these currents anymore. They're probably responsible for this erosion in interaction with this current going across, doing like across, like it's going here too. It's just going up basically, and then back down, but like in the channel, so that the overwhelming internal currents are related to a different flow path that it's interacting with and going around and then dropping back down and continuing. But over here, they weren't able to avoid each other so much, where it just eroded more, is my just immediate assessment. I mean, I don't know how absolute that would be. There's some oddities going on there. But then if we just keep following it, this should bend up at some point as we go. These are going this way. It's going this way. It might actually be further down even. So they're going this way. Might have kind of ramped over this there. It's definitely down there. Wow. That's crazy right there. Like, what? Hey, science. I think you guys missed some details. Same. Admittedly. Shit. Literally going this way. Like, perfect wedge. Flawless. And then wedge. And around it, it's all going this way. But then this wedge gets bigger. And bigger. And bigger. And bigger. But then it's still going down here. Up here has turned into just erosion. Bigger. Still down here. Bigger. Even like showing different like tiers, like freaking Super Mario World or whatever, with like thick clouds behind or whatever. Whichever one can go behind the clouds and that kind of thing. Might be all of them. Super Mario World, I said, brothers. I don't know. Super Mario. Anyway. But it's doing that thing. And then I guess it has like a behind, like a layer, and then a layer behind it that this is more related to up here. Like literally like layered. But still going the same direction, but where maybe like this has like peeled a layer off, so of like this portion, so it's like dropped down a layer, so it has basically a boundary, but it's not, it's still the dominant path that the stone retained in that area, but they're still interacting, leading to erosion up here. Then wedging across, growing into a back wedge, even creating cool, like, what? Bands. What the fuck is this science? And then they thin, kind of, as they approach, almost like a Shiva lingam. On its side, like this way though. But then these are going this way, and then this is subtly bending, I guess. It looks like this chunk is going this way. This chunk is going more like pointed there. This one's pointed there. This one's pointed there. I guess it gets a bit complex up here, but like pointed up here maybe. Maybe pointed over there. Where it's like bending. This also seems to have like a point, essentially. And then even flows through this boundary. Still going around out there. Dude. Like, what the fuck? It doesn't even make sense. Modern science doesn't even provide any explanation for something like this. River erosion or glaciers. Those are basically the options. It doesn't even make sense. It's too perfect. I don't want to like try to defend my position too much. I'm like kind of speaking to people who just stumble on this in those moments where, oh my god, I can almost see like layering. Like thin pieces of paper almost sideways. Like interacting with down here. I don't know if that's going on. I just feel like I can envision that in the way these are laid out. In like a pyramid, I guess. Interesting. This is really impressive right there. Oh my. The turn and then go. And then these over here actually flow with a different direction. I think that might actually be a really strong proof that this makes no sense for modern science. Holy shit, it might just be a smoking gun. Just like the fucking ditch in Egypt. Smoking gun. So like these though, down here, beyond this margin or whatever. They're generally going in a like direction. I can't draw it. In a like direction though. The direction they're actually going, not the way I'm drawing it, because that was terrible. And then over here, I'll do it a little more careful. Hey, look, if I do it more careful, it at least kind of resembles. Oh my god. But then above it, it bends slightly to the left. Whereas, like, in this area, this whole area bends to the left. But is, like, part of this whole area. So these are clearly threaded together along the channels. And then over here, which is part of this area still, like they're basically this boundary to like over there, maybe here, is kind of one. Like it's certainly got like a pseudo boundary going on here, but like it's generally one like up here. And it does have a different bend, but these are still like in this one and flowing with up there. And it bends this way. I mean, dear God, the proof. And then up here is more like one with down here, whereas these are not going the same direction. So it's like not making sense either. Doesn't make any damn sense is my point. It doesn't make sense. Also, here's a sort of chakra going on. Possibly, like, let's say, something like this is happening more intensely, where it basically creates a lobe out here, and another lobe out here, that just basically is an ammonite with enough energy. In these circumstances, it only subtly eroded boundaries along the margin. Striations, I don't know, boundaries along the margin. I don't know. But it could have done something more like the other one, with enough energy, essentially. I lost where we were. Oh yeah, I was following this. Okay, I said, okay, let's follow it, let's follow it, let's follow it. Even can see it, like, what is going on right there? It's really not ammonite related. Bending though. Okay, at some point we run into the other one here. Oh, there it is. That's so crazy. Like, what are the odds up here has a lobe or a rib, one of these ribs, that, like, if we just follow this, blah, 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 seemingly, like it's missing here, and it dips down right there. And right there, if we follow that path down, it goes to the chakra. What are the odds? This one down kind of goes to like a center of the lobe. Whatever's going on there seems to be related to this area. Like, it's almost like it's taking one hill and turning it into 3 hills kind of thing here. Where it could be like eroding the dendrite, but also interacting down here some reason. Because of the energies, but I don't know exactly why. see some porosity in that, in those striations here. Wow. Then we're back to here. Let's kind of compare this. Best as I can zoom out. So one curious thing is it does abruptly bend, like it's going this way, and then there's like a bend here, and then a sharper bend, like pointing maybe even at the chakra. Like a current flow bending and going into the chakra, or vice versa, and then even some like further details of a bend, like based on the boundaries, and then out here like a further bend. And then getting past it, like a main current getting passed over here along the margin, like that didn't bend in directly but more got around and eroded down this path, whereas this stuff was all redirected already into like this whole area. Looks like it maybe redirected into here, up, where then it eddied because it was running into other currents, probably out this way. Eddied with enough complexity to the nuances of it, because this is in highly energized, pressurized eddies. Those cracks. Oh. Oh, dude, thanks, bro. Dude, what is that? Just, I kind of feel I can see current going this way, and then going up this way, and then going back this way, and like kind of eddying here. Oh man. Out of my damn mind. pretty much taking a break from the video I'm working on. Holy fuck, it's like it's so hard to finish. I got 40 minutes in. I'm like, oh my god. I recorded another 30 of audio. I need to actually do video for about shaligrams and branching into new subjects, and then I gotta fill in the center. I did the end. I did the beginning of shaligrams. I'm super stoked to like finish it and be able to actually publish it, which I haven't. I've never taken this long on anything I've published. It's always just like. I even have videos where it's like the process of it, so like people can see this is what day 1 was, this is what day 4 was, or whatever, based on the publishing date, to see like the abruptness of what happened with my Barca video, because I really literally just like it unlocked the door, which most of the shit in it's false, but in terms of like the flood process nuances, but I've incorporated the magnetic anomaly map and many technical papers since. That was really before I did any of that. That was like me looking at Google Earth and like very little. I didn't even know how our old Mount Girnar was radiometrically. But it's like in technical papers. I was just not finding it until I found it. Then I was like, oh, it is there. It's like there's no fucking papers on this stuff. I doubt there's any papers on shaligrams. I don't know. Like in terms of this. There's generic papers that are like, oh, these are the ammonites and they're sacred in Hinduism. It's like, you guys are missing the fucking details of these stones with these hand wave Western approach to things. Like, what the fuck? Like, what this just. It just happened. Everything's just happenstance on the coincidence, time erosion, coincidence. It's really a cheat code. It's like the ultimate faux explanation in geology. How did this happen? Well, time, erosion, and coincidence. Any other questions? How did this happen? Well, coincidence, dude. Obviously, it's structured and orderly. That's not coincidental. That's a process. Not a coincidental process. I understand, I mean. Okay. Oh man. I don't quite know what to make of the patterns of these striations. They're generally just going across the back, but they're not quite. It's hard to get it all in the image. There's like certainly a center. Okay. I guess. Where am I? Here. And across is a center. But where it definitely goes up, like to here, where it widens. Oh my god. A little bit across, so they're not actually. Oh my god, focus. Focus. That's probably the best I can do. Like especially right around here, it's visible, like there. The way it changes, even though they're generally the same. Oh my god, I haven't really looked at this one. Here's another one. Let's check this one out actually. I mean, like this bottom, I don't know what to make all these things going on the bottom. Like the cracks. I guess I should look at the cracks with more thought. I've kind of ignored them. See if there's any structure order in them that I notice. I mean, it's generally forming pockets, if you will, like chambers, containers, spaces. That's about the best I can. Connects back to those bigger erosion places. So this Shaligram is crazy. I don't want to drop it. It's a little sketchy. Lots of striations too. Cool stuff going on with the ammonite. Lots of like pyrite crystals. Odd erosions there. Lots of curious details. I talked about this one. Looked at it in the last time. Shaligram Zone. Something cool about it that I really noticed, not that noticed once I was holding it, was it has a hand, thumb, thumb, pointer, middle finger in the middle finger into here, where there's literally like a nook, and when we under magnification, there's like a pressure point, like a circle type thing going on there, where there's basically a pressure point. So middle finger there, pointer there, and then my ring finger to the chakra, and then pinky to the outer portion, so that it goes like a hand of the ammonite's pressure points, like holding the ammonite basically of the material and current that I interpret is like a literal current that branches into the currents that form the eddy of this ammonite, of this shaligram. So it like broke, like cut at the wrist of the source current, maybe. They do tend to like flow into this flat surface. It's not that eroded for a flat surface that's been like flowed into as some kind of wrist current position, but maybe it also had a lot of matrix, like fleshy material of the matrix, if you will, to just replenish and make it flat. Okay, let's check it out. Anyway. This one is hard to even fit under the magnifying glass or microscope. Just gonna kind of randomly go in, check it out, see what's up. I don't have anything particular to look at it. I mean, certainly the striations always come to mind. I like to look at the striations and see if there's anything of interest in them. Like, I don't know, the utter disproof of modern science, which is common. Wow. That's crazy. Wow. Little specks. Looking kind of like concretions in some kind of matrix themselves, like maybe like things of this nature where like there's a shaligram, there's a shaligram, there's a shaligram in larger currents. Because the currents that made shaligrams were not just on their surface, but in larger scales of the flood that were especially in the circumstances here and only here, while ammonites were universal, relatively global. Shaligrams have better retention of the process just by their nature. Oh my. Crazy. Like a nose, mouth, 2 eyes. It's quite common for there to be faces on these. Such a face. Some of them are like making faces too. It's awesome. They're like, oh wow. They're like stoked. Hey man. I'm a Shaligram, baby. Some bend in there again, although it's like going this way over here, parallel to this way. Still within it, like bending. Running into some resistance up here that it's flowing towards generally, that it's more able to go straight here. But in these right ones, it has an element of bending to it, it looks like. There's some kind of cross current across here. So maybe this is going this way. And these portions are able to go straight. But this final leg of it is forced to the right. Maybe. This is on matrix, not on the ammonite itself. It's all could be shaped into the ammonite itself, so it's not like it's not the ammonite per se. It just hasn't been. It's more in the matrix. What would be scientifically deemed a matrix? Around the fossil, but nothing is as it seems. Right, Shaligram? That's right, Steve. Thanks, Shaligram. Oh, is that like a power? Power to the people, baby. I don't know if that's what that hand is. It's usually some kind of resistance hand. Fuck the system, baby. Check out the ammonite, I guess. Probably kind of boring when I'm just looking at striations all the time. Oh my god. Like, alright, enough with these fucking little... I don't even get it, they're etched by strange striations. I'm still looking at them. They're everywhere. Okay, there's the ammonite. This one's a little tricky to turn. Bigger ones are harder to microscope view because I gotta keep adjusting all the time, even if I can fit it in this little thing that doesn't quite. It's not quite made for this. Guess I can make a new stand. Wow. This one's got huge crystals. The way it has like an extra layer. It's going across, doing teeth. Doing teeth, doing teeth, doing teeth, doing teeth, but then above it, it has like another could be teeth. That's kind of bubbly and gets larger, so like it starts small, gets a bit bigger, gets a bit bigger, gets a bit bigger, and it's even kind of circular. Got like a more of a circular boundary to it. Maybe even something else. I don't even know what we're looking at. It seems to be the nucleus. This is the center. Odd that was like in it. Sometimes I need to pull out a freaking toothpick and be like, where am I freaking looking? Okay. Yep, that's weed. Sorry, shut up. I'm just giving my puja today. I heard you like Tulsi flowers and other flowers. Okay. This is chakra, and then boundary of ammonite, I guess. I'm so tired. It's out of control. Chronic as fuck. Oh, that was cool. I was hoping I could find it again. Wow. I wonder if this is where I was looking earlier. Kind of has the same appearance, but I don't think it was. No way. 'Cause this is all up abutting this stuff. Can definitely see lines going across here, inside here, and maybe another face, eyeball. Some hair over this. I don't know. Anyway. These definitely are like the Shaligrams themselves on a different scale. I wonder if Shaligrams are found like this in some cases. Like when they're actually dug out. If they're like, are you guys sure those are sea creatures? They seem to be arranged a little peculiarly, kind of thing. Maybe, I don't know. That type of thing is hard to find any documentation for, even in places that are well documented. It's almost like sweating. Like it was so full of like liquid shale in motion. Like all the water was just transporting finely grained shale where it became like liquid shale that could seep out of pores and interact with the flows and maybe create these in some way. Like it looks almost like sweating. This Shaligram is definitely heavier than the other one, so it's way harder to just look at. I need like a good setup to do this. Back on this is on basically on the hand portion. It's on the top thumb around here, where the pointer. This was the thumb itself over. So this is the thumb. No thumbnail like the other one that is in my video that I'm making. But I did share some of it. It's also like opening, like here's a chakra, here's a lobe, up, down, like doing teeth of the ammonite. Essentially, that's how it does it. Is like iterative and cross scales, and then dominant and recessive. So like it's kind of doing it, but overwhelmingly currents are not allowing that to happen. So it only gets like a certain erosional structure into the surroundings. But like it is doing it. It just isn't doing it the same as like what happened here to create like a full-blown ammonite. This was like the galaxy, and the surface was like a much smaller scale element of the galaxy that is subject to the galaxy's forces. These, this kind of gives me a this direction feel based on like a top here. Generally center here. Center generally here. As like a direction that is generally parallel with that. But if we go up here, I'm just wondering if we keep seeing parallel stuff or if it does look kind of changing direction over there. This is not parallel, but maybe it is like a V shape. This stone has so many details on it too. It's just huge. I really cannot capture in there very well. It just looks like a... It's hard to... It looks much more clear just in person. It has a lot of detail that makes it harder to see almost. Interesting. Where are we looking? I think this portion is like part of the ammonite, whereas the portion just beyond it is like a different part of the ammonite. Like this is more related to the lobe out this way. Just looking at this layering. Because over it's like got multiple layers. Down that way, and then down that way. Wow, the detail. Poor Shaligram. Poor Shaligrams again. Whoa. Is it crazy? basically merge the one layer over here. Separate, separate, separate. Merge. This stone has a lot of these like rectangular shapes. Very strange. I don't know what exactly to make of them, why they're there. There's another one. And then it's got all the, like, on top of that, it has all those big crystals, which is like a double oddity. So it's got all these big, like, rectangular crystals, and then all these big rectangles that, like, eroded out of the stone that aren't, like, the size of the crystals per se, but, like, still a little odd. There's another one. Let's see if I can find these. So there's the ammonite. The dendrites, etc. And then down here, still ammonite. What was that? I already lost track of what I was seeing. Oh. Cuts the ups. This is coated in goodies. Cuts down there. Ah, friggin'. I'll get a bunch of toothpicks so I can point at stuff, and then I won't ever use them for any other reason. I've used every one of them, but friggin' poke it. Can see how whatever's going on here is like at the angle that striations over there. Like imagine the top striation just above the Q-tip or toothpick, and then the bottom one being like boundaries that everything between just gets eroded away. Generally like opening up a gap, and where it just does that kind of thing systematically and structures it, not just like a line like this, but into an ammonite at times. Lots of cool stuff going on. This seems to be have a boundary goes up that way, around, back down, kind of related to that one. Maybe back down to there even. Maybe going in across here, wrapping up, dropping down and up and around, where then it kind of eddied more so along that boundary, starting to edge in to then erode along that boundary, create the top and bottom erosions, but also just generally to create the difference in the material, literally by the current process, by the flows, stripping material typically. Like it's got the same general base, but then it removes the subtle particles and leaves larger scale particles, which is typically not the black shale. Black shale, go bye-bye first, because it is the subtle grained. You go bye-bye, see. Got another face like Batman or something. Mouth, eyeball, maybe an eyeball over there somewhere. Little tiny one there. Whoa. The way it's like dotted. Oh my god. Oh shit. What a day. I don't know what I'm doing. It's almost 2. 2 in the morning. I'm just looking at this Shaligram just to not sleep. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I was too tired to work on my video, but not tired enough to sleep, so figured I'd just stream and share some new Shaligrams. There's so many I haven't looked at very much. A little behind on inspecting them as close as I was. and sharing the details. It'd be useful to do it beforehand, but sometimes I just find something really exciting and can't find it again or forget about it. And don't document it, so that's not the best method either necessarily, although it does help the listener not just kind of listen to me rant forever. Which is why I'm trying to make a movie-ish. Basically a movie, I mean, documentary movie. It's not a movie per se, but it's like gonna be an hour and a half, probably at least. Oh my god, it's gonna be so good. I can't wait. I still gotta figure out what I want to do for the middle section on the Shaligrams. And if I want to add anything else. It's such a friggin' task to do alone. I've thought about just kind of making whatever I have now publishable, but that would be a disservice to what could be. Especially if I just was like, okay, I published it. It's published. I'm stoked though. Let's see. I still feel those shrooms. It's been like 12 hours easily. Subtle as fuck, but still. It wasn't even much. Relatively. Like probably like 2 grams. Would be my guess. Maybe more? I don't know. Not at once though, throughout several hours, so it wasn't even a little surprised I still feel it at all. I think this is my most recent. I don't want to play it per se. This is a good one. Like we see this boundary goes down over, etc. above it, just like a drill looking thing. But then right below it, it like branches off, and then it does it kind of repeatedly. Like it goes down across this way, and it's not even really that circular over here. Like that's not circular. It's more like elongated, like that. Starting circular, but becoming elongated as it goes over here. But I believe my interpretation when I was looking at it was this side is eddying this way, And this side is eddying the opposite way, and they're like eroding between as well. Based on this area is not like as smooth. There's a bunch of these things that don't really make sense. Yeah, they're just, what is this? Why is this? The frickin', they're just doing it for funsies. This is not planned. Or but then the hand. There's the hand. There's the hand. It's got a thumb. And in this case, the rest of the hand is kind of just curled, where like the pointer finger and so on are more like wrapping around, like the whole of the hand. It's a little different, but still got a hand holding the shaligram. But in this case has a thumb. Thumbnail, I mean. I'm so stoked. Oh shit. Just doing shit like this for every shaligram. Phi ratio growth, frame rate growth. I thought that was fun. 1 1. It's 1 1 2, and then 3, and then 5, and then 8, and then 13, whatever. Like, I literally did that for the way those frames came out. I thought it was kind of a fun idea. Ended up working out the first time I tried it. Come on, thing, just play. I don't want to show it all, but lots of cool stuff. Work in progress. Here's my script for it. "32 pages. Nah, I'm fucking calling Israel. I don't know if I want to do that in this video. This is still, I didn't record it yet. I recorded this. Let's see. Totals word count. 13,000 words. I don't know if it's not quite that many. Let's say at least 10,000, probably 12,000 that are like script. 33 pages single spaced in this thing. This thing. I just wish I wasn't so low energy doing it all. It's tiresome. Just ran out of energy. energy. I fucking burned myself out. I'm like the candle that just was burning forever. Whole fucking time, and now just on his last land. That's how it feels. Vanuatu. Let's see what's up. Interesting, that looks like chakras with a lobe and a lobe. Like, I don't think that is per se. Like, it's not Tarim Basin in this one. It's something else that was. Like here. With like a lobe out that way. Let's just put the map thing. Yeah, there it is. Wow. The boundaries of the countries are like a chakra. Where Mongolia is a lobe and Kazakhstan is a lobe. Strange. I don't know if it's like geologically effectively like that. I mean, there's certainly one going on here, so I wouldn't be surprised if they're kind of stacked where the geology like lended itself to be a country here and a country here. I mean that they have such strong chakras shapes there is quite odd. Otherwise, I gotta go. I'm too tired. It's been fun. Thanks, guys. Peace. I'll see y'all later. Later. As I